Welcome back to the Fit Executive Show, everyone. I'm your host, Arne. I got an awesome episode for you today. So, if you're a busy executive looking to optimize your body, your health, your fitness, your performance, we're going to talk about leadership today. Okay, so in fact, I was almost not going to have an episode for you because Grace and I and Harley, our son, we traveled this weekend and we went to the Dominican Republic. It was incredible. The whole family was there. We got to spend a lot of beautiful moments together and created some memories. So got back to work today, got back to the office, and I thought, man, I have a million things to do. You're probably familiar with this feeling, right? And I thought about what I was going to talk to you about, right? And what I was going to release this week. So, like I promised myself I would release something this week because I feel like some of you will benefit from hearing this. And the voice inside of me was just like, screw it, Arnie. It's okay if you miss a week. It's okay if you don't know what to say today. It's okay that you feel like you've said everything a million times before and you have nothing left to say, right? It's all good. So gosh, go back to it next week, right? Couldn't do that. I just couldn't do it because I know that I have a commitment to the show and that I need to throw something out there every single week. I do my best to have an episode ready to go, and I wasn't even gonna mention it, but I think it's important also to talk about this internal struggle sometimes because even though this is just a podcast, I know that you're probably feeling right now that there are areas in your life where that comes up. Whether it's going to the gym, whether it's going to bed on time, whether it's like just doing something you need to do for your business. It's that negotiation that hits and that voice inside that truly, truly feels like it's making an incredible argument and it's on your side, right? It acts in your best interest to get you to not do the thing that you know that you need to do. Okay, it wants you to procrastinate. And so before I dive into today's show, and you're gonna love today's show, by the way, but before I dive in, just wanted to let you know that it happens to everybody. The champions don't let the voice negotiate with their success. That is the only difference. It happens to everyone. I call this voice my inner bitch. I have it, you have it. Everyone has it, okay? And when it starts talking to you, it wants to keep you small because growth can be painful to your reptile brain, okay? So it acts like it wants to protect you, okay? So today's show is dedicated to the inner bitch in all of us. Never let it win. And when it pops up, call it out and then tell it that you have a goal, that you have a strong why, that you have a strong purpose in life, and that you will do whatever it takes to get what you want in life. Okay? It can go back to the darkness that it's coming from. Go back, inner bitch, okay? We're stronger than you. So, the more often you do that, you wrestle that inner bitch inside of you down, it will get weaker and weaker and weaker over time, and you will get stronger and stronger with every promise that you keep to yourself. So that is just a reminder. Just be aware that it will never completely leave you alone and that it changes its tactics. So stay on your feet, keep your eyes open, prepare for it, okay? And if you don't, you're screwed. And it will take you down like it does with 90% of the people out there, 95%, like just walking around lifeless like zombies, no goals, no meaning, no purpose in life. So don't be that guy, right? It will steal your ambitions. It will it will strangle them and let them die because they don't know what they want from life. these 90% and why they want it. Okay, so know your why, know what you want, know why you want it. But what am I going to talk about on today's show? So I'm going to talk about how 5s, 6s, and 7s in their body cannot lead 9s and 10s. Okay, lambs cannot lead lions. And if you're a business owner, or if you're an executive, or you just lead a sales team, or you just truly want to level up in your life and you have a mission and you want to improve your career, you want to improve your physicality for whatever reason, the people who come into Fit Executive Co. every single day, this episode's for you, okay? Because there are two types of problems in this world. The first problem is a problem of the type, so you know that you have that problem, okay? That is the first type. It's a problem that you wake up with. It's a problem that you go to bed with. It's a problem that you don't want to tell anybody about, but you know that you have it, okay? The other type of problem is a problem that you don't really know that you have. It's a problem that someone almost has to bring to your attention. Now, in your business, if you're a person who's in business, it's actually easier to create a business around the first type of problem, right? The problem that a person absolutely knows without a shadow of a doubt that they have. In fitness, this might be going after people who are completely out of shape and that are so sick and tired of being sick and tired. And they go to bed knowing that they need to lose 50 pounds. They wake up looking in the mirror knowing that they need to lose 50 pounds. It's really omnipresent. It's hard to ignore, right? However, most of our clients are former athletes. They are not completely out of shape. They are in what most people would call an average shape, okay? They just have high standards in everything that they do in life. They have the highest standards in their business. They have the highest standards for their finances. They have the highest standards for their relationship, their family. And this second type of person is who we created Fit Executive Co. for. This is the person who doesn't really know that they ultimately need to get into an incredible shape. It's not the pressing need when they go to bed. It's not the pressing need when they look in the mirror. In fact, they look in the mirror and they think that that everything's pretty good. They have a good business, they have a nice little life, they drive a nice car, they live in a great house, they go on expensive vacations, and they are able to afford all of that. And then they look in the mirror and they maybe go to the gym. It's like they think they are already doing it. Yet, I know, and I feel like I have to bring it to their attention. I know that that's why they're in this category number 2, where they don't really know that they have this problem. That's why I feel I need to bring it to them constantly, that they could do more, that you maybe could do more, or you everybody could do more, right? I can do more, you can do more. And that when we look in the mirror, we know for a fact that we are not living up to our fullest potential. It's our mission to unfold our fullest potential, okay? So when you look in the mirror and you see a guy or a girl who doesn't look like in the best shape of your life, okay, you're not living up to your fullest potential, and there's room for improvement. So you know that you could be more, that you could have more, that you could do more if you are realizing your full physical potential. And when you become aware of it, it's then that it is a problem, right? But you could go on with your life for the next 5 months, 5 years, maybe 10 years, right? Whatever it is. And you might not even notice until you look to somebody, or you almost like somebody almost shakes you, or you listen to this podcast, or you watch this video, someone almost punches you in the gut. And I want to be that guy who shakes you awake and says, look, I know you think you're there, but you can do more. Okay? And once this is a problem and you are aware of this, this is the voice that I have all the time. And it's that it's not a negative voice. It's not. It's not ultra negative. It's almost this feeling or this understanding that I have with myself, that I'm never done, that I want to chase greatness, that I want to see how good I could be, that it doesn't matter where I'm at today, that there's another level. Winning requires ascension. And this game inside of life is a game that I've mentioned before. It's never gonna end. The game of life is not gonna end. The game of fitness is not gonna end. The game of business is not gonna end. The game of relationships, your family, is not gonna end. Those are all infinite games. Infinite games. The only goal with an infinite game is to keep playing. You're never done. The only win is to keep playing. It's a privilege to be able to play those games. And that's who I'm speaking to. The men and women who play this game, the leaders, the type of person that I want to work with at Fit Executive and to do great stuff with. That is who I'm talking about, okay? Or who I'm talking to at this point. And I'm also talking to myself, by the way. So here's what it means for you, okay? Now I'm going to get into this idea that 5, 6s and 5, 6s and 7s in their body cannot lead 9s and 10s. And that might make you feel mad, okay? That might upset you a little bit. And you might want to say that that's not true, whatever it is, okay? But I know for a fact that when I look at leadership, it's not just about how much money a person has in the bank. It's not just about what type of car they drive. It's not just about what neighborhood they live in. It's not at all about what they have. True respect, ultimate respect, comes from knowing that that leader, male or female, is a freaking lion. Okay, it's a lion inside their head. It's a lion inside their mental game, and that person prioritizes their health and their fitness as much as they do their business and their relationship with their family, as much as they do as much as they prioritizes their fitness in combination with their business and their family. Okay, it's not about being lopsided, because to me lopsided leaders are not lions, they are lambs. Okay, so in today's show I'm going to tell you if this resonates and you want to truly tap into that lion level leadership, that there's 3 things that you cannot do anymore that will absolutely make it impossible for you to become a 9 or a 10. Okay, so you can lead other lions when you are a 9 or a 10 in your body. It's easy, and you might get by without as much effort leading them. If you're a 6 or a 7 on the other hand, and you're a little bit better than your friends maybe, and you're a little bit better than your circle, you might lead people that are underneath you, but you will never gain that true ultimate respect of other lions, okay? So here's what you must stop doing. If you want to ultimately reach the pinnacle of success in your body, so you can be that 9 or a 10, and that's what I'm talking about in this podcast. So it relates to your business, it relates to other things, but I'm gonna specifically talk about fitness, okay? That's our core area here for the show. So the first thing is that you have to stop listening to bad advice. Okay, let me repeat. You have to stop listening to bad advice. So I was on the plane the other day and I heard overheard a person talking about a 0-calorie drink. Okay, so someone asked them, hey, what are you drinking? And the person's like, oh, this is one of those 0-calorie carbonated drinks that I can drink because technically it doesn't break my fast, and I'm doing intermittent fasting. So now I look at this person, and this person clearly is trying to get healthy. So they are in the problem zone number 1. Like I used to be 10 years ago when I was 225 pounds, mostly body fat, like unfit. So this person knew that they have a problem, okay? They have 50 or so pounds to lose. All good, no judgment, okay? But here's the stuff. The person asking the question then starts digging into intermittent fasting without any context. And before I know it, I'm listening to this conversation go from a person who clearly doesn't have their health in order, teaching about a concept that they might have read about in a book, that they might be getting coached on from somewhere. Or they might have just read articles on the internet or saw this on TikTok. And so at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. But the conversation, the other person was like, yeah, you know what? I've heard a little bit of intermittent fasting. I think I might want to try that too. And I'm sitting thinking to myself, how much does bad advice cost you over a lifetime? How much has it cost you over a year? It's incredible, right? To see how much people listen to advice from people they should not be getting advice from in whatever domain they are taking that advice. Okay, so now, I'm not saying that intermittent fasting isn't a tool that we can use for certain clients if it makes sense for that particular person because it integrates well within their day-to-day life. If it makes their life easier, it can be a tool. But what I am saying is when it comes to fitness, if you want to tap into that 9 and 10, okay, if you truly want to go all the way, if you're that person that doesn't really know that you have a problem yet, but as you're listening, you're like, you know what? I'm a 5, a 6 or a 7, okay? I'm okay. I'm maybe a bit better than average, or I am average. What would happen if I became a 9 or a 10? And it's there that if you listen to the wrong advice, you're always gonna stay just a little bit better than average, okay? You're always gonna be a little bit away from what you could be. It's always gonna take much longer than it needed to be because you're just simply not doing the things that's going to get you there the fastest. So listening to people and taking advice from people who do not exhibit the exact quality that you want to obtain is something that is going to cost you time and energy and money. And because if you were like to go to somebody who ultimately knew exactly what you should do specifically, okay, not generalized, which I'm gonna get into in a second, but for you specifically, you would save yourself money, you would save yourself time, right? And you can always get back your money, you can never get back your time. And you were to ultimately get the results much easier too, and in a much more sustainable way too, so than you ever thought possible, okay? So that is number 1. Stop listening to bad advice. If you're a business owner or an executive who wants to drop fat and get stronger, build muscle, get jacked, get shredded, listen to someone who has done it themselves. So I've lost more than 50 pounds and got jacked. And we've been working with hundreds of other high achievers over the years and transformed their body. So we know what it takes. We know what to do. We have a proven system that we customize for each client, okay? So if you don't want to figure it out, come to us, okay? If you don't want to waste your time and energy and money, come to us. So that's number one, okay? Let's talk about number two. The second thing you need to stop doing if you want to get in elite shape. So number two is, just I alluded to it, you have to stop doing generalized stuff, meaning so many people hop on diets that are generalized, like intermittent fasting, like low carb, like just eating less or healthier, right? Only eat meat. Great idea. Forget about vitamins and stuff like that. So no, all those crazy Hollywood diets, metabolic balance is a classic example for that. So many people also go to gyms that just do group training, where you are in a group doing the same exercises like 60-year-old housewives and 19-year-old influencers, right? That is not customized to you, to your needs, to your body, to your anatomy, to your goals, okay? There's no precision that takes into account your individual needs. So, and I kind of get it. A lot of people want to do something where they don't really have to think about it, right? I totally understand that. You don't want to figure it out yourself. You want to have something that's simple, where all you have to do is show up and enjoy the results, okay? But when you go to gyms like that do group training, and some are much better than others, by the way, most of them make you do absolutely the wrong stuff you shouldn't be doing if your goal is to look elite and to feel elite and to be elite, okay? But, okay, let's just say that that you go to someone somewhere where they actually care about programming and you're doing real stuff. It's not custom to you, okay? High performers, in my opinion, they should do as much as they can with a customized approach that's specific to them in order to enhance their results the fastest, okay? Again, don't waste time doing stuff that doesn't move the needle, okay? It's like me when I go to a suit store and just grab something off the shelf, it's not gonna fit me, okay? I go to the exact tailor that has a ton of different fabrics from like all over the world. Yes, it is expensive, it costs more, and they are measuring, right? Not generally, but specifically all of my measurements, not just my height, right? But I have wide shoulders, I have a bigger chest than the standard person, so I need something that's customized. And when I put that piece of clothing on, when I put that suit on, it's custom to me. And I don't know if you've ever seen a custom fit suit. I'm sure you have if you're listening to this, that you experience like this white glove service, this custom fit. It's different, right? The Ritz-Carlton is better than the Holiday Inn. A Mercedes-Benz is better than a Honda, okay? So there's a difference. And when we're talking about training programs and nutrition protocols, there's a difference. Doing something general might be better than doing nothing at all, right? Eating like a little kid, eating everything that's in front of you, not moving at all. So, but that is far from being specific and far from being the best thing for you, okay? For your preferences, for your lifestyle, for your schedule, for how much you travel, for where you entertain clients, for your blood work, where are your hormones, where's your carb tolerance. All of that stuff needs to be taken into account, okay? So the second thing you have to stop doing if you want to look and feel elite is general stuff, okay? Just going to the gym doing the workout that 60 years olds are doing, that 20-year-olds are doing, that females are doing, males are doing, former athletes are doing, people that have never been athletes before in their whole lives are doing. It's not gonna work to the best degree possible, okay? Get specific about exactly where you're at, what you've done before, what your goals are, and tailor the training and the nutrition specifically to that, okay? Have a custom approach to your fitness. That's a second thing. The last thing that you have to stop doing if you truly want to tap into this 9 or 10ness, okay, let's call it 9 or 10ness, this elite level. If you truly want to be a lion at the top that's leading in every area, not just in one area, not just your finances, okay, you have to stop comparing yourself to average individuals. Stop comparing yourself to average. Don't even look at average. I remember looking up the average personal trainer salary. Okay, if you go to Glassdoor and you look up average personal trainer salary, it would say something like maybe 35,000, 45,000 a year. We could do that in a single day here at Fit Executive Co. Okay, so a day to us is what the average is for a year. People look at average and they compare themselves to average all the time. And if they are a little bit above average, they feel good. But what about being exceptional? If you want to be a true lion and you want to be a 9 or 10, you have to start comparing yourself to 9s and 10s, not 7s and 8s. Okay, not your little circle around you, but you have to go out and you have to seek the best. And I'm not telling you to go out and compare yourself and feel bad about yourself and play this comparison game. What I am saying is that if you truly want to lead and you truly want to tap into that fullest potential and you truly want to win, you have to stop thinking about what average people and ordinary people do. Because if you want to do average and you want to do ordinary, you're never gonna be extraordinary. Okay, you're never gonna be extraordinary. So seek examples from those who are truly winning. Seek examples from the business owner who's doing 8 and 9 figures, who's doing 8 and 9 figures and has their fitness on point, like a 9 or a 10, who's doing 8 or 9 figures and has his body or has her body on point and spends time with their families and is a good mother or father at the same time, not being lopsided, okay? So, you see, it's and. It's not or. It's not one or the other. It's about having it all. And so, yeah, some people mess up their priorities and they have messed up their values and they're really great in one area of their life and they are really shitty in the other areas. And true leadership is not being great in one area. It's about being great in all areas. It's not about letting one or the other areas of your life suffer. And what I want to accomplish and the whole reason I do what I do and the whole reason I have other men and other women joining Fit Executive on the daily is because we care about everything. It's not just about your fitness, it's about your whole life and your business and your fitness and your relationship, right? So it's about being great all at once, being a great mother and father at the same time and having a fit body and having a healthy business that's growing, okay? It's everything. So when I listened to one of my mentors from afar speak the other day, And he got on stage and he said these exact words, which is why I came up with this podcast in the first place. Why like 5s and 6s and 7s won't lead 9s and 10s. It punched so many people in the audience in the gut because they knew it was true. They knew it was true, especially you, man, out there who are leading businesses, who are business owners, who are entrepreneurs, who burn the candle at both ends to make sure that the bank account is solid. You're the person who has a second type of problem, the problem that you don't even know that you have until someone makes you aware of it. And that's what I'm doing on this show, okay? That's what I'm doing on today's podcast. If you're a 6 or 7 and you're comparing yourself to average individuals, I'm telling you and I'm asking you, it's time to wake up. I want to surround myself, and you should too. You want to surround yourself with people who were operating at that 9 and 10 level for every single area in their life. We only have one life to live. We want the best for all of the areas that are meaningful to us, okay? And the great news about fitness is that a lot of the time, the guys who are 6s and 7s are already putting the effort in, right? You're just doing the 3 things that I mentioned in this podcast that are holding you back from ultimately achieving that end result. You're listening to the wrong advice. You're comparing. You're doing generic stuff that, and then you're comparing yourself to average, and it's not even gonna take you much more. It's not going to take much more work. It's not going to take you more time. As a matter of fact, most clients spend less time working out and focus more on their relationships and more on their businesses when they come to us and they get a custom tailored approach, okay? It's not even going to take more effort for you. What it is going to take is focus, and the focus on the right things, so that you can have everything that you want and not just some of the things, okay? So that's it for today's show. If you want to learn more about this, just go to www.fitexecutive.co, not com, but co, and you can download my free book there. It's called the Fit Executive Blueprint. It's awesome. So I hope it helps. I hope today's show helped you to get a different perspective on things, helps you become a lion. And I want to, again, thank you for spending your time with me. You could be anywhere in the world. I really appreciate that. And yeah, talk soon. Bye.